We are on day 5 of the Junk Journal July challenge, and I've added a challenge to that. I'm challenging people who follow me or just find me during Junk Journal July to make this a Faithart challenge, to, yes, participate in Junk Journal July, but also figure out a way to add your faith to this challenge. And so that's what I've been doing if you've been watching my videos. So let's go in my book. That was day 4 labels. So we're on this page right here, which is fun music paper. And so that looks pretty cool. And so let me walk you through what some of my thoughts were. So today is lettering. Day 5, lettering. And boy, here we go again. You could go in so many different directions. I keep using any of these prompts in one direction. How does that prompt lead me to something in the Bible, something God said, something about His Word, some way to go into my Bible and go deeper? So here's what I came up with. When I saw the lettering, I went to letter, and then I thought, okay, well, I could talk about and go look at all the letters that Paul wrote to the Philippians, to Philippi, to Corinth, to Thessalonica, and all those places. That just didn't feel, I don't know, that just didn't ring true for me. Then I decided, let me just look something up, and it came to my mind, there are red letters in Bibles, and what the heck is red letters in a Bible? So I ended up looking it up, and I found out some information. So I thought I'd share that with you, and then you'll understand where I'm going with what I'm going to create for today. So red letters in any Bible, if you have a Bible that has the red letters, it's actually, they made the words spoken by Jesus got printed in red ink. And it was meant early on to be easy to locate the actual words spoken by Jesus. This red letter Bible was introduced in 1899. It was only in the King James Version when it first came out. Since then, it can come in any kind of a different version. And if you look at Luke 22:20, it says, this cup, this is where the guy who originated this idea got the red letters from. This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you. So when he read about blood, of course we know blood is red, and so he kind of connected the two with the words of Jesus being in making it red. So that was kind of interesting. So the goal was to emphasize Jesus Christ as the central figure in human history and in God's plans for our salvation. Now, since that has happened, some people, which of course what happens with everything, right? There's the good and the bad, and it's always around the same thing. Everything has a good part and a bad part. So what happened since then is the red letters have a mistaken impression that the words are more important than the rest of the words in Scripture. So you don't want to go there. That's not where I'm going with this either. And so you have to understand, too, that this is a human invention. As I mentioned, in 1899, there are no red letters in original Greek manuscripts. So this is strictly something that he thought would help people just by understanding that these are Jesus' words. And so if you look at John 1:14, Jesus Christ is the Word. So that says, John 1:14, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen His glory. Glory as the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. So I just want to focus on Jesus Christ is the Word, that verse, John 1:14. Then I decided, well, what would it look like and how would I make a page about the red letters in the Bible? And I thought about, you know what, I haven't used my embossing machine in a couple days. So I went and found this embossing folder that I have. It's a Doris one. It's an older one that says love is patient, love is kind. So it's the whole 1 Corinthians love is. And so when you run it through an embossing machine, and I have the new Sizzix switch, which is the electric one. I just traded in my crank because I had tendonitis in my hand so bad and I couldn't use it. I love it. Anyway, so when you run it through, this is what you get on white cardstock. So hopefully you can see, yeah, you can see that it's embossed, right? Then I thought about, there's another thing you can do, which is fun, is you can put ink in on your embossing folder and run it through for red. And this came up. Okay, well that looks cool, but then it's totally the opposite. It's the red background with white letters. So that's not gonna work. What I've decided was, okay, I'm going to use this one and I am going to ink it red. And how I'm going to do that, this is Festive Berries. And hopefully this works out and I don't have to go stop this and go over to my machine. Literally, if you just lightly rub it across, look, they become red words. That's kind of cool, right? Okay, so that's what I'm going to use. That's what I'm going to use in my journal. So that's a little technique trick today. Well, what am I going to do? Just stick that on there? No, that's not going to work. Then I decided, why don't I pull out one of my envelopes? Let me pull out one that's one of my demos that I love. And then that would be fun to maybe put the red letters in there. So this is one that I made, and I have a video about how to use junk mail envelopes with windows and how to do that. So if you look at this one, you open it, right? And inside there's a tag, and I made that Christ is my firm foundation. And this is a piece of my digital papers with the gorgeous picture of Jesus' face. And I love how you get to see that peeking through this small window. So I don't cover the back because the intention is to glue it down. So I thought, well, let's do that. Maybe you haven't done that before. So let me see if I can walk you through that pretty quick. So you're going to pick your envelope. So this is just a regular envelope with the window in it, and I've already trimmed it, so I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is. You're going to go from the bottom opposite where the window is. You are going to use your ruler, and you're going to mark where 5 inches is, and so that's how you see these 2 red marks. And then you take, now this was all put together, so I'm showing you how I cut it. Then what you do is you go right where the red mark is above, and you just slightly, like, you know, like just like that, trim it all the way up to the fold on both sides. So now we have moved that, and you've got this, right? So now you just change where the fold is on the top, and you fold this down, and there is your window, and you can put anything you want in there. So I'm going to use, that was just my demo to show you that. So I found this junk mail envelope, which I really, really liked. Okay, I love that it has a bigger window, and I thought that would be fun to see the red letter words, right? So I did exactly what I just showed you. I marked up 5, trimmed it out. You only trim, you come across here and you only do this top part. Refolded it, and now it's down there. I have my red letters here, so I think what I'm going to do is, look, the red letters. I think that'll be kind of fun, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So now, once you get your envelope ready, it has a pocket, and I am going to use a tag in there, and I thought I just had a tag sitting here, but I don't. Hold on one second. Let me get a tag. So I thought what I would do on the inside on the tag is I would do some journaling about what I just said to you about the red letters for lettering, right? So you don't see that, okay? The next part that you do is about covering the envelope. I'm going to use, as I just mentioned, this red letters, and so all I do is, now you just start gluing it on. Let me make sure I got enough glue there. And I am a glue it and then trim it person. You'll find a lot of people on the on YouTube who measure this and then cut it and then glue it. Somehow that doesn't always work for me, so I have turned into a, like I said, I put the glue on, I'm going to put my piece on, and then I will trim it. And luckily this piece is exactly the width that I want it to be. So that's pretty simple, right? So let's turn it over. Let's trim this. So how are you all enjoying Junk Journal July? Are you having fun? I've been watching everybody's videos and I'm getting some good ideas. There's somebody, now I'm gonna forget her name. She's in Australia, and I love that when I wake up in the morning and look, she's already posted for the next day because she's in Australia. So I get to look at, well, how did she interpret that? Okay, so that's gonna be like that. Well, now what am I gonna cover it with? So I went through my stash and I pulled out some papers that I created. This is one of my digital kits. And this is the Amazing Numbers in the Bible kit. It's an awesome kit because it's a study of numbers, not numerology and new agey stuff. No, 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 no. It's about the numbers in the Bible. The easiest couple that just to talk to you about are the number 12, right? Okay, 12. There were 12 disciples. There were 12 tribes. There were 12, yeah, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, this is all about the numbers. So if you want to go look at that kit in my shop, I'm going to take some pieces now and start edging this. Now, again, the way I do my envelopes is different than a lot of people. I've seen some women where they'll put this whole piece of paper on there and then they somehow trim that out, and that's way too much work and doesn't kind of work for me. And so what I do is I just do pieces. So see, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to piece that up to probably right here. And the other thing is, see how this is rounded? And I just square it off by the way I attach papers to it. So let's put that on there. Let me open this back up first so I don't glue it to everything. And I'm going to put that about right there. There we go. So see what I said about gluing and then trimming? So there's that. Let me turn it over, get my big scissors. Sometimes it's hard to cut when you're trying to film. There we go. So today is July 4th, so I'm doing this. This is tomorrow's video. I was able to go to the pool first thing this morning, got my pool time in. I live in Florida. And so I go there at 8:30 in the morning when nobody's there. So it's like I have my own private pool, which is really kind of cool. And I have a float, and then I also get off my float and exercise. So I've already gotten that in for today, which is kind of cool. And now I'm making videos, which is another fun thing that I love to do because I love to teach. Well, okay, so let me go back. I love to teach, but more importantly, what is Diane's mission? Diane's mission with Faithart Design Studio is to encourage and inspire people that, yes, you can be creative because God made us all creative. And while you're spending money and all of your time making things, why not give glory to God and make it about Him, about his spending time in God's Word. See how Diane does this, like I said, differently than most people. Now, I really like this piece, and then that would square that off right there with the music. That would be fun. Or should I go down here? Whoops, I'm out of camera. Sorry about that. Maybe I do that with some of the numbers. Some of these numbers they're just background numbers. Or I get that part. See, this kit is so much fun because I collaged everything. So all you have to do is pick out the simple part. I think I'm going to make it. Okay, do I like that? I also have two other couple pieces left because I've made a whole accordion album if you want to watch the video. So these are just the papers that I have left that I didn't. Okay, I think I like that one even better. Let me trim. This is not totally trimmed up. So I have an Epson Eco Tank, which I adore. It's a 4800. I just had a friend asking me the other day, she wants to buy a printer and does she want to get mine? And I said, no, don't buy the more expensive one that I got. And the higher number supposedly has all these things it can do. Well, my problem is my friend has the 2800 Eco Tank, and she can make it print to the edge, And she can do double-sided printing, which I cannot do. So that does not make me happy that I spent more money on a machine that doesn't do what the less expensive machine does. So if you're listening and you're thinking about a printer, like I said, I love the Epson EcoTank because of how inexpensive it is once you own it to make these apps. Oh, you know what? I think I'm just gonna, wait, do I need to do that? No, I don't, because it's not gonna be in the back. Okay, I was thinking about wrapping the whole thing, and then I went, no, I'm just gonna glue it on the page, so I don't need to do that. Anyway, the other secret of printing is to use the right paper. Now, if you are getting a good glimpse of how gorgeous these paper, my digital kit printing is, I have to let you know why is it so beautiful. It's because I use matte photo paper. And the one that I use, that I recommend to everybody, it's on Amazon, and the brand is Koala, K-O-A-L-A, and they have two different types of matte photo paper. One is a 33 pound, and that's what this is. It's just like a coated paper, and that's why it comes up so beautifully printed. And then they also have a 48 pound, and it's like cardstock, it's like coated cardstock. So I print my digital kits that have tags and stuff, I print it on that 48 pound. The rest I print all on the 33 pound. Okay, look how nice that's looking. Yes, I really like it as a base. Now we're gonna open it up, and now I have to do the same thing on the inside. So let's use, and then we have the pocket there. Let me trim that back. A little bit of that window is sticking up a little bit. Well, that would be if I can trim it. Yeah, there we go. So this is going to open up, and look at that. It'll just totally go on there. Yes. So we're going to go to this spot right there. That's where we're going to go with that. So I think it's showcasing the red letters the way I'm trying to make that. Let me move this up for you. Now, one thing I just realized I forgot to do. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this like this, and let's see, is that gonna work? I really want a little bit to go inside so that when you open it, you don't see the gray. I think I'm just gonna piece it. I'll just go ahead and piece it because I've already got my glue down. So I am going to go ahead and just finish gluing this. So if you haven't tried making ephemera from junk mail envelopes, hopefully this will inspire you today, and you can start saving yours. I have a whole drawer of these, and some days I go, you don't need any more envelopes, Diane. You don't need any more envelopes. Then a new one comes in and it's a really nice size or something like that, and so then I don't throw that away. I'm going to trim this back up. So I hope you're having a good 4th of July. Where's that going? Okay, that goes there, so we've got that there. Now this, I came down to cover it, and that's okay, but I didn't glue it all the way down to the spot. There we go. Okay, and now I just have to do these two sides. So I still have this piece left. Let's just put, oh, I didn't come down far enough. Well, now I'm gonna have to use another piece. And that's okay, Diane. Everything looks fine. I love collage, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put a little, let's do the sides first, and then I'll put the cross piece. I think that'll be much easier. Now, you don't want to go way over on here, because what'll happen is you're going to see it from the front, okay? So you want to put your glue on and put your piece right to the very edge. That should work. Let's make sure. Oh, see, I can see it just a little bit. So let's move it back just a tad. Just have it right on the very edge. That's better. There we go. The other thing I didn't do was I didn't know, oh, look, I'll just come up to here. That'll work. Yeah, that'll give me that little extra edge. I didn't edge everything. I'm just gonna have to edge it when I'm done. Okay, let's see, can I cut this way? Well, it'd be easier if I cut this way, because now I can see what I'm cutting better. There we go. Okay, that worked. And we'll do the same thing over here. And you notice one side's a little bit wider. That's just the way they make those envelopes. Oh wait, which way should I do this? I'm just gonna try and cover that up a little bit. Does that work? I'll just go across. Then we'll put a piece across there. Yes, let's do that. Just like that. Make sure that I don't, oh, I still see the white a little bit. So let me move it back just a titch. Is that even a word? I don't know. Let's see if that works. Yes, that works. I was very frustrated earlier because I bought myself a 15-inch monitor, and I have all the right connectors and everything to my phone, because I sit and craft and I could not see I couldn't see what I was doing. I didn't know if I was in screen and all that kind of stuff. So it was working great, and then it just started acting weird. So I decided I probably, oh, the toggle that you have to put together. The toggle wasn't working. And so I bought myself a new toggle. And ever since now that I bought the new toggle, so right now when I'm looking at the monitor, I know it's going because it didn't click off, but the problem is that I can't see it. It freezes up. And I just spent I heard the little blip, and I realized it just cut off. So I don't know what is going on with this. I've been praying, God, please fix it. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I just had that spot. Here, this is the spot. Yeah, I'll just cut the right spot, put it back right back on there. So, yes, so now I'm frustrated because I thought I was doing really good, and now I'm not, and so I can't see what I'm doing, and yes, that's frustrating. So I will pray that God will fix this for me and tell me what is going on. Why does it keep flipping off, which I don't understand. I'm going to trim this and then trim it back when I can get closer to it. Let's see if that works. Oh my gosh. It's just one of those days, huh? Okay, so now let's see if that worked. If it worked from the inside, I went just a little bit too far that direction. So let me see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it back a little bit, take my little scissors, and see if I can just trim this ever so slightly. Let's hope I can do that, because that's all I need to trim it. It's a little hair along there. And I think that will work. But then again, it's okay, because this is junk journaling. This is never supposed to be perfect. That's probably why I like this so much, because it's extremely forgiving. And if you don't forgive yourself, you should, because nobody notices. If you see something, oh, that's not perfectly matched. When I'm looking at your video or whatever you're showing me, it looks perfectly good to me. It looks perfectly good to everybody else. So it is forgiving. Okay, that I think now we got to fix. That I'm happy with. What are we left with now? We're going to do the tag, and I said I was thinking about putting a little paper in there. See what happens when you pull it like that? You see that a little bit? So what if, let me think this through, if I put just a little piece, let's get this piece of paper. I know what I'll do. Oh, look, that just slides right on in there. Isn't that perfect? Okay, let's just trim a piece. Wow, that was perfect. What I was gonna have to show you is, well, you have to trim it down because it has to be thinner, right, to slide in there. And I didn't even need that much, but that's okay. You know what I think I'll do? I'll leave it like that. So now let's glue that in there. So now this is the tricky part. You have to put the glue on it and then stick it back in there. And sometimes the glue will stop you from sliding it in, but I'm gonna hope that it will just work. There we go. Let's see. Sorry. Again, trying to do things on camera some days is very, oh my gosh, very difficult. Let's bend this just a tad so I can get it in there. Now, it would have been easier if I had done this when I was putting that one big piece on. If I had done it then, just trimmed it down and stuck it in there. This is definitely the harder way, as you can tell. So I'm trying to get it straight. It does not want to go in there straight. Let's see. So I hope this is on camera. As I said, my camera's decided to not show me what I'm doing, but that's okay. So we'll just do it that way. Looks like collage works perfectly. There we go. And now my tag will go in there. Yes. Okay, I got it fixed, right? Yes. Okay, so I have a beige tag. That's kind of boring. What could we put on the tag? You know what I wanted to do, what I thought about is, this is in that kit. I have pictures of, transparent pictures of Jesus, and I printed it on my clear sticker paper, and I was thinking I could make a tag, right? So what if I covered the tag with this and then put his face on there? And the reason I want that is because this is about Jesus' words. Let's do that. Okay, I think that works. The other thing is, if you don't have more paper, you could just, I could stamp on here. I just love this paper and it all coordinates. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cover the tag. There we go. And I'll trim it with my big scissors. Let me move that out of the way. What is that? Okay. So another recommendation that I have is, there's a place called Express Tags, X-P-R-E-S-S. I've been buying from them for probably 15 years. They sell manila tags. So yes, Tim Holtz and Ranger put out tags. The trick is they only give you like 10 tags for whatever amount of money. So if you invest, if you want to use a lot of tags, which I do, you're better off investing and just going to Express Tags. I'll have the link in my description, and getting yourself like 500 or 1,000 tags, and then share them with your friends, because it works great that way. So then you always have manila tags, and you can get white ones. You can get all different colors too. I just like the manila. Okay, that works. And now let's put Jesus' face on there. So as I mentioned in my other videos, when you use this clear matte sticker paper, you're basically making your own stickers, which that's like the epitome of saving money, because you're going to make exactly what you want, and you get to put it on any kind of a background. I really like that. Okay, is there a spot? No. Okay, so what I talked about yesterday in my video, don't take the whole tag, don't take the whole back off, because you get one take on this. When you touch near the paper, it's done and you cannot move it. Okay, and now I'm going to pull it off, and there is Jesus' face, because we are talking about Jesus' words in the New Testament, and that will be that. Yes. Okay, what I will do is I'm going to grab a eyelet and put an eyelet on there, and then I'm going to put some ribbon. So I'll be right back. I got an eyelet. I'm in the midst of reorganizing my craft room, and so it wasn't sitting here at this is my desk that I use to create videos, but I have a big table behind me that, because I have people here all the time, and some of my stuff is over there. So I bought wheelie carts, and I have stuff in the wheelie carts. So it was not sitting beside me enough for when I was just saying to grab that. And let's see, where is my, oh goodness, I'm just doing great today. Thinking I have stuff right here in front of me and I don't. Okay, well I'm gonna use the red twine because I want to keep with the red. That would be if I can find the end, right? Okay, there we go. What the heck? And we'll use that. And what I'm going to do, I'll do this off screen, is I'm going to write my notes. I'm going to write the Bible verses that I referenced and the notes about the red letter Bible and the fact that I'm focusing on lettering as Jesus' words as red letters in the Bible. And that's what this prompt led me to today. So that will be there. And I guess I could edge this in red. Do I have a holder here? Yes, I actually have an extra holder. This is Festive Berries. That's the color that I used. There we go. I think that makes it look a little bit better. So why do I edge? Typically I don't use a color, I use the dark brown because it's an art technique to draw your eye into whatever it is that you're looking at. And so I only want the red on there. I don't want the red over here. So again, hold on, I gotta go back to my other desk and get my dark brown one. The one that I use most often is Ground Espresso. I love the really dark color. So I'm going to actually go over that red. I think the red is probably too light for me. I want the eye to go into that. So let's put that up like that. So I'll be anxious to see and to hear from you. I'm so excited because this this Junk Journal July, I did January, and I think some people found me. I did post a lot, but I decided for Junk Journal July that, as I said, I was going to do my own challenge for myself, and then call upon anybody who finds me to do it do Junk Journal July as a Faithart challenge to see if you can take the prompts, if you want to use the prompts, and how does that draw you into God's Word? What do those prompts say? What does it mean? What do you hear? I also did a video. If you haven't watched it, I would encourage you to go over there. It's a really good video. I gave you 10 ways to actually add your faith to this challenge. And so I've got a lot of other things, like you could, which somebody wrote to me and said they were doing that. You could do Junk Journal July as a scripture writing challenge. You could find one of the 31-day lists that there's a bunch of people have that on the internet. And you could say, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write scripture every day and put it in my junk journal. So lots of different ways to add your faith. This is mine. Now, I don't want to knock over everything, so let's get my little journal back. And this is going to go in there like that. And of course, where did the lettering words go? It's here on my desk somewhere. Oh, maybe that's it. Yes, I found it. Good. As I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my notes, which after I do some of these pages, you don't see it on camera because I just want to show you the technique in the Bible study. Then I add some writing and things like that. So that's how this is going to look today. And here we go again. I'm trying to stay in camera. Let's see if I can get this. That will be lettering, and it's going to go right there. I'll put that. Okay, lettering. And then this will be glued down and just like that. So let's put the glue on there. And look, tomorrow the background has Genesis on it. That will be quite interesting, right? because what's the prompt for tomorrow? Wildlife, I think. That'll be interesting. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I haven't gone that far as the challenge for myself yet. Now, do I have it on the right fold? Yes, it fits right in there. I might put a tab, because I usually have a tab on. Let me just get my example out again. I think, yeah. See, I have a tab on here. That's really cool. This approved. This is from my white lace kit, all this background papers. If you like those, you'll really like it. And then I have a whole ephemera kit with labels and tabs and stuff like that in it. And then this, now here's an example of where I did some stamping on this and then just added my words to coordinate. Oh, and look what I did. I did that. I didn't do that on here. That would be good too. I probably should do that. Okay, well, a few things that I'm going to do to finish up, but as far as you watching me today, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. I hope that my little slice of the internet talking about my faith will inspire you and encourage you, and I will see you tomorrow.